guys, so today I want to do a video on birth control so we can get all the uncomfortableness out because it's not an uncomfortable subject. A lot of people are on birth control and I know a lot of people probably are interested in it and are maybe too scared to talk about it or don't know enough about it. I recently got on birth control and I got a lot of pamphlets and information from my OBGYN, so I wanted to share some of the information that I got about different types of birth control. When you think of birth control, you usually think of like a pill you gotta take every day at the same time, blah blah blah, but there are a lot of different kinds of birth control and yeah, I wanted to share them with you guys and maybe help you guys get more informed about it. I definitely didn't know about like any of these types of birth control until I went to my gynecologist. I'm sorry. My phone literally always rings in every single video. Disclaimer, I'm not an OBGYN. I am not a doctor. You want to go to a gynecologist if you're really interested in birth control. Because they will take into account all the medicines you're taking, all the symptoms you have regularly, and a lot of different things about your body. They'll take all of that into account when they're giving you or like making the choice of what birth control is best for you. I'm just here to give you a little bit of information about each type of birth control, but if you're really serious about getting birth control, definitely talk to your parents and see a gynecologist. So just for example, I take a lot of anti-anxiety medication. I have very severe anxiety. I've mentioned it before. I made a video on it and everything. And I take pretty high doses, and that medicine, the anti-anxiety medicine that I take, it interferes with estrogen and progestin, which are the two hormones in birth control. Sometimes they're progestin only. I'll get into all that. But so my gynecologist, I didn't want to get off any of my medicine, on my anxiety medicine, because I feel really good on it. So she gave me a pretty high dose of birth control so that the anti-anxiety medicine wouldn't interfere with the hormones. So here she will take into account everything that goes into your body, every symptom that you pretty much experience, and a lot of information to assign you the right birth control. So now I will get into the types of birth control. I'm pretty much literally going to read from these like pamphlets I got. And there's probably more types of birth control than I am going to be talking about. And then I'll talk about the birth control I'm on and about like the birth control pills, which is pretty popular. Pretty much the only, I knew there was like different kinds of birth control, but I didn't like know what they were. So birth control pills are pretty much most common and most often known. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about the other kinds and then I'll talk about birth control pills. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, birth control. A lot of people use it for different reasons. Some people use it to get better skin. Some people use it because they get really bad cramps or really bad PMS, just to even out their hormones. And some people use it to prevent getting pregnant. And any reason that you want to get on birth control is your own reason and your own business. So I hope this video helps inform you guys on the different birth controls. So I'm literally just going to go through the pile. So one is called Mirena. It's an IUD, which is intrauterine device. So pretty much it goes into your uterus. It sounds a little scary, but it's really not bad. I mean, that I know of. It doesn't sound bad. My doctor did talk to me about it. And this lasts for 5 years. Okay, there's one that lasts for 3 years and there's one that lasts for 5 years. The one that lasts for 5 years is a little bit bigger, and so it gives off more estrogen and progestin. So pretty much I'll read you a little bit. It's pretty much a device. It goes into your uterus. It gives off hormones. It's plastic. It's soft. It's flexible. It's not surgical. The placement takes a few minutes, as is said, and my doctor, I remember telling me that. It says you should do a simply monthly check to make sure it's in place, see kind of like side effects. It says everyone's different. Some people may see spotting during or after placement. The symptoms should go away. Same as when you start like birth control, like pills or anything. The first month's going to be weird. You're going to maybe have symptoms that you don't normally have. You may have spotting, etc. Your body is adjusting to the birth control. This is over 99% effective. Most of these are. And yeah, so it pretty much gives a diagram of where it goes. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it pretty much inserts, goes right up here. These are fallopian tubes and your ovaries. You guys probably know basic health. So that's where it's inserted. This is definitely a really good one if you don't want to take a pill every day at the same time. You don't want to remember that. It lasts for 5 years. There's one that lasts for 3 years. That's pretty much the exact same thing. If you want like a smaller one, pretty much your doctor can recommend which one would best suit you. I was definitely considering this one if I couldn't take birth control pills because of my medicine. I would have gotten an IUD. Just because it's like something that you really don't have to worry about unless there's a complication. But next is called Paragard, and this one's actually really cool. It's 100% hormone free, so there are no hormones. The device that they put into your uterus is definitely an IUD, and it's a copper IUD, but it is more than 99% effective, but there's no hormones. And I thought that was really cool because this was definitely a option for me because the hormones are what would have been affected by my anxiety medicine. So if it was really a big deal, I could have gotten this one, and there's no hormones. It just protects against pregnancy. Obviously, if you're getting birth control, if you're not getting birth control to protect against pregnancy, this is obviously not the one for you. But if that is why you're getting why you're getting birth control, then this is a great option. It's copper. It is inserted into your uterus. It lasts for up to 10 years. It's a really long-lasting one. Your partner won't feel it during sex. I'm reading some facts about it. If you want to get pregnant, you can start trying the same dates removed by your healthcare professional. There's no monthly pills, no daily hassles. Like, they're pretty much saying you don't have to like take a pill every day. And it's been FDA approved for more than 20 years, it says. Pretty much, the copper, is telling you how it works. The copper in Paragard, it interferes with sperm movement and egg fertilization, and it prevents implantation. So pretty much the device itself and the copper in Paragard, it helps prevent pregnancy. It's not going to mess with your body like some of the hormones and birth control can do. Paragard starts working right away, can last up to 10 years, but you can have it removed anywhere before 10 years if you want it. Obviously there are some difficulties with IUDs. If you get pelvic inflammation, there's a lot of warnings. If you have pelvic infection or get infections easily or have a certain cancer, etc., you can't get IUDs. But yeah, it's over 99% effective, as most of these are. I think all of them are. It lets you know if it's for you. The doctor can let you know if it's for you. And yeah, so that one's a really cool one. It lasts a long time, so if you're really not planning to have kids for a while, that's really good. If you really don't want hormones in your body, it's a good one. If you don't mind having an insertion in your uterus, it's a good one. So there's a lot of good things about this. The next one is Nexplanon. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say these exactly. Nexplanon. It's an estonogestrel implant. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, it lasts up to 3 years of pregnancy prevention. And pretty much I'll just explain some facts to you about it. It's pretty much, it is a implant, and it's placed in your arm, usually like here. I've actually seen some people on YouTube have this. It's pretty popular. It lasts for 3 years, which is really good. It is over 99% effective, again, as most birth controls are. So pretty much it does use hormones. It says Nexplanon puts a steady, slow dose of hormones into your bloodstream. The hormone works for up to 3 years to prevent pregnancy. It's placed in the inner upper arm. This means it's hidden from you. So inner upper arm. So you're not gonna be able to tell that it's there. No one's gonna be able to tell that it's there. So yeah, pretty much it's done by your healthcare provider. It's a small incision into your arm. It's a minor. It's really not, I mean, if you're bad with that kind of stuff, maybe. But honestly, it lasts 10 years. 10 years, what? It lasts 3 years, and it's really not that bad. There are minor risks, and obviously there's some stuff that goes along with some of these birth controls. You may have longer shorting bleeding during your period, you may have no bleeding at all during your period, you may have spotting between your periods, you may have vary amounts of time between your periods, you just may be a little bit off. If you don't want to take a pill every day, this is good, it lasts 3 years. If you're looking for an option that doesn't depend on a daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly administration, or if you're looking for an estrogen-free option. So this has progestin only. The two hormones in birth control is estrogen and progestin. This is estrogen-free, so it's just progestin. Estrogen has some complications. The estrogen in my birth control actually makes me a little bit more anxious, but because I need a higher dose of hormones to overcome the anxiety medication, I have to, which kind of is like a little backwards because I'm trying to not be anxious when I'm taking birth control. That kind of makes me a little anxious, but yeah, it's fine. So this is estrogen free, as it says. If you change your mind, you can get it removed and you can become pregnant as early as the first week after removal. It takes under a minute to put it in. This one is a really cool one, and I've heard a lot of people have had this one, and I was definitely thinking about this one too, because I had to really think in case that I couldn't take the pills, because my doctor really had to like check on that to see if I could take pills. Pills were my first option, just because I'm very used to taking medicine daily, my anxiety medicine, and it wouldn't be a hassle for me, and it's just easier for me to take pills every day. So, but just in case I couldn't, that was a really good one for me, because it wouldn't have to like go in my uterus. I was kind of about that, and it's just a small incision in your arm, so yeah. And then Skyla. So Skyla, I think this is the one, yeah, this is like Mirena, but it's the, it's smaller and it's 3 years. So Mirena is 5 years, Skyla is 3 years. It releases hormones, prevents up to 3 years, it's FDA approved, and again, you should monthly check to make sure it's in place. It's over 99% effective. There's no daily pill, no monthly refills, up to 3 years, up to continuous pregnancy protection, and after it's removed, you can try to get pregnant as soon as you want. Pretty much just the same thing. It's placed inside your uterus, just like Mirena and just like the copper IUD. Which one was that? Paragard? Yeah, Paragard, I think. Yeah, Paragard. Gotta learn these names. Some common side effects include pain, bleeding, or dizziness. These may occur during or after placement. Skyla may come out by itself. Again, that's why you do the monthly checks. These are just they're very rare. There are some serious risks about Skyla. You can talk to your doctor about those. There's some stuff that you can't get Skyla if you have certain side effects. If you're allergic to copper, obviously you can't get Paragard. If you're allergic to some parts of Skyla or Mirena, you can't get that. It's just certain things that you talk to your doctor about. You tell what you're allergic to, what you kind of go through, if you have irregular bleeding, etc. So I'm just going to talk about pills because that is what I take, and that is pretty much a pretty common method. It's pretty known. So the birth control pills that I take is called Nikon, or generic for Watson Labs. So that's what it's called. It is not telling me, but pretty much it looks like this. This is estrogen and progestin. Pretty much the difference between the pills, estrogen and progestin, you take 3 weeks of the pills with the hormones, and then you have 1 week off of, these are like placebo pills, they're sugar pills. You kind of just take them to keep your place in the week to kind of know what day it is and when to take your next estrogen and progestin pill. So yeah, I'm almost done with 3 weeks. I take them at night. Since I have such a higher dose, I can be more lenient. If you have just progestin only pills, you don't get a week off. You take the pill every day because it's less hormones, so you kind of have to keep the hormones going in your body to prevent pregnancy or do whatever the birth control is doing for you. And progestin only, you have to be pretty precise with taking it at the same time every day. With estrogen and progestin pills, with both the hormones, you can be a little bit more lenient on the time. You still want to take it pretty much around the same time. And then since I have such a higher dose, I can be even more lenient with the time. But definitely I take it at the same time. Like, I'm very good about it. A really good way is to set an alarm on your phone. It's really easy. I have my alarm set for 8:58 and I take it. That gives me time to go get my birth control, get a drink, and then I can take it at 9 o'clock at night. Just because I'm usually home or at someone's house. It's always in my purse. It's easy. Some come in different things. Some come in like a circle, some come like this pack, and it's easy to carry in your purse. Obviously, they definitely still recommend wearing condoms, etc. to prevent against STDs. Birth control does not prevent against STDs, so you definitely want to get checked for STDs always. Not always. I don't know how often you should get checked for STDs, but you should get checked, and your gynecologist will most likely do that for you if you are covered like by insurance and stuff. But birth control does not prevent against STDs, so take precautions with that, because that can change your life, getting an STD. But it does prevent against pregnancy, 99%. That does not mean it's perfect. That's why you have to take it very well. That's why if you have an IUD, you have to make sure it's in place and that it's working. So you just have to be very careful about this stuff, but it's not an embarrassing topic, and I thought I would share it with you guys. If any of these birth controls that I mentioned, the pills or the IUDs or the copper Paragard or the insert in your arm or anything like that interests you, please talk to your parents or find a gynecologist, talk to a doctor, and let them know that you're interested, and they will talk to you about it all, answer all your questions. And yeah, I hope that this was informative. Sorry I'm not like an expert. I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor. I literally was reading from pamphlets, but that's kind of, she gave me those to look at if I ever wanted to get off the pill and do like an IUD or something, but pretty happy on the pills. It's only my first month, but yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. Sorry I was like all over the place, kind of mumbling on my words. I haven't done a video like talking like this in a long time. So yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry this video is so long, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.